What's up, everybody? You know what time it is. Welcome to the third annual West Coast Poppy Awards, presented by your boys, the West Coast Popcast. Be sure to grab a Snickers bar, Kit Kat, and everything on your way out. But the West Coast Popcast is here, popping like popcorn. Um, if you guys are new to the channel, we do wrestling, pop culture, trivia night. We do tier lists over here. This is the West Coast Popcast. Three of us that run this entire channel, run this entire show. And if you do join us, if you're new here, thank you all for joining, for subbing, for liking the videos. Keep supporting, man. We got bigger things coming for you guys. And I hope you guys are all doing well as the year closes out. But let's introduce the panel and get right into the awards. The main man, Zach. Guns are loaded. How you doing this week?
I'm ready for the pomp and circumstance, but without the YouTube music certification for the Macho Man theme song. I'm ready for the poppies.
The poppies are here, and we wouldn't have the poppies without the man who created the poppies, the Infinity Champion, Eric. How you doing today?
I'm doing A-OK. I'm floppy like a floppy disk, baby.
Yes, we got the poppies, and we got the first ever floppies for the man Triton from WWE 2K, Eric's GM mode. Check it out on the channel right now. And of course, it's me, the final boss, here to host the poppies. Hopefully nothing controversial happens tonight. We keep it nice and clean and entertaining for you guys. Be sure to jump into chats because we'll have the nominees. We provided the nominees, but we want you guys to help us find out the winners. That's what's going to count here. That's what matters. So jump in there. Let us know how we're sounding. I'm going to do a quick sound check, make sure we're sounding good. Let us know if we're all clear, and be active in the chat, man. We're going to get through these awards. A lot is happening this year in wrestling, and going through making this list has been insane because so much. It's been a crazy year for wrestling.
Absolutely. And you know what? In honor of all the greatness that happened, one of the greatest segments of all time, I had a few libations before I left work so I can do this Oos style. Yeet.
That's another one. It's another one. One of the best promos, press conferences after the show.
Isn't it crazy that WWE kind of stole the idea from AEW New Japan, and they have the best segment of the year for that, like best press conference?
It's truly insane, man.
What's up, Ball Power?
Well, shout out to everybody in there. We're gonna get to these awards. Zach, you got anything you want to promote? Anything you want to get in here before we get to the first award of the night?
Be ready this week. The DCU is dead, and we got a video coming up this Friday for it. So be ready.
Be ready for it, man. Be on the lookout. Spread the word. Let everyone jump in the chat and let us know about these awards. But without further ado, enough with the commercials. Let's get to the first award. First award, we have the team of the year, not just tag team. It could be factions. It's all across the board. And of course, I'll let this disclaimer go like we do on a tier list. Not every one of your favorites are going to be in here. These are our picks. These are for what we watched. We try to cover as much wrestling as we can. We can't get everyone to be nominated. You can't nominate everybody. And one person that's omitted right now is Motor City Machine Guns current world champion Alex Shelley and X Division champion Chris Sabin. They're not on this list, but I couldn't fit any more. I couldn't fit any more TNA guys on this list because we wouldn't get to the video if I had another TNA wrestling tag team on here.
I love it's called Exhibition Champion. Like they just walk around with big trench coats on, open them up, and then I don't know. Anyways, let's get to it.
What are you selling, buddy? But this is Team of the Year, and we have two teams representing TNA. The TNA Knockouts champions, MK Ultra, bringing the steam. I don't know what you guys are into, but Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly are absolutely on fire. Those are the Knockouts champions, longest reigning Knockouts champions since they brought the titles back. ABC, Bullet Club, Chris Bay and Austin, Ace Austin. Yeah, that's another book club for you, Eric. The TNA Knockouts, TNA champions, tag team champions. We have Damage Control, filling out the ranks. FTR, who had a big win at All In Wembley Stadium. We have, of course, carrying all the gold in WWE right now, Judgment Day. I threw Chad Gable and Alpha Academy on here because they've been killing in their own ways. They don't have the gold that goes around their waist like the rest of these people on here, but they've been killing it as well. And of course, Sammy and KO, the brotherhood, the life partners, if you will. They do the dance every year, and they got to do a dance together at Mania. I have Aussie Open, who won the New Japan Strong, IWGP Tag Team Champions, Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships as well. The Acclaimed, Scissor Midaddy, and of course, Bullet Club Gold, the Collision Cowboys, if you will. So let us know in the chats who you guys think. I'll kick it off with you, Eric. Who is your pick for Team of the Year?
First of all, let's get this out of the way right now. You and I both know you had to put those TNA first in your list because you absolutely knew that I would absolutely not stand for this. TNA will never win a Poppy Award as long as I live. TNA they should never be nominated for a Poppy Award. So you take them off this screen. That is disgusting. That said, I wish I could give it to Sammy and KO, but WWE has not gone in as hard as they should have with Sammy. The WrestleMania moment was amazing. I just feel like they did not go as hard as they could have. It could have been so much more. So for that, I think I'm leaning towards Judgment Day. I think Judgment Day has been pretty much carrying Raw pretty hard for a while.
They have been carrying Raw. So we got one vote from the nominations from Eric, a panel member. Zach, for the second panel member vote, who do you got?
I got Judgment Day as well. They've been consistent and not only been carrying Raw and SmackDown, but even going over to NXT and boosting ratings by like hundreds of thousands.
That's true.
Like they're bigger than the ratings that they brought to NXT are bigger than some of these other wrestling companies in their weekly shows. So I got to give it to Judgment Day. It's been consistent. They have so many different things going on where they can go. And shout out to all these other ones too. But I mean, man, Judgment Day has been the whole year without a firm leader, with multiple storylines, and with putting on stellar matches.
Ooh, all right. So we got 2 panel votes for the Judgment Day. I really want to recognize the Collision Cowboys. I didn't think Bullet Club Gold's going to work, but they killed it. So I'm going to give a shout out to them as well. For checking the chat here, you want to jump in, man? Everyone jumping in. Mr. All Power, thank you for joining there. Tsunami, man. Everyone, appreciate you guys. But with all these votes going for Mr. All Power, is that a vote for MK Ultra? Are we putting a vote in for them? Does that count? Tsunami Bravo picks Judgment Day, so I think they're going to get the wins. My vote on record will go down for the Collision Cowboys, but Judgment Day takes the Poppy Award for Team of the Year.
That's cool. People, in real life presidential elections, they throw their votes away too. That's cool.
Oh man, that's too many people throw their votes away. Too many joke votes out there. But Team of the Year, Judgment Day. Who would have thought they would have took off without Edge?
Yeah, for real.
The next award on this list, this illustrious just entrance of the year. And I'm not talking about, I know people might say, where's Bad Bunny? Where's certain entrances like that. But on this award, I'm looking for pop. I'm looking for that pyro, baby. You know who you're talking to. I want the gear. I want all the illustriousness. And if you don't see anyone you like on this list from this big, there's a lot of entrances. It was hard to put this list together. Let me know if you have any other suggestions. But these are our nominees. I'm going to start it off with Jade Cargill, Double or Nothing 2023. I was happy to be there. She killed it in her match against Taya, who also had a great entrance. Had the full step routine, brought out the music. She was on fire. She didn't miss a step, and I can't wait to see her in WWE. Cody Rhodes. All 3 of us were there for that WrestleMania entrance. Zach got one of the best videos of me and Eric. Like, I love that video so much. It's one of my favorite videos of the year. I'm so glad you captured that, of us chanting "whoa" during his entrance. I never heard a noise like that. And Jey Uso, the way he's been commanding the crowd, he doesn't have the pyro for me, but he got the crowd control on point. Yeet. And he's killing it with his entrance, his solo entrance. Ospreay and All In was special. I mean, you can see the emotion on his face. Sold out 80K. Debate it if you want in the chat. Tony Storm, Tony Storm, because of the presentation. I think she's been on fire. Love the presentation. Mercedes Moné had like 3 killer entrances this year. This tribute gear to Hana Kimura I thought was very special. It was very nice. And this was her big match against Kairi. Metaphor I put on here. I didn't have them on my radar until Zach was talking about them. So I put them on this list. This is the first NXT entrant here. They've been killing it. Mm-hmm. Roman at Mania with the whole piano outro, amazing. Bianca at Mania with the, I believe they were the Inglewood Steppers, killing it as well. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but she brought them out. Great entrance. We were there for that. And I know you guys might hate me for this one, but everyone loves the Guns entrance. You can call it a Triple H rip-off. They spit in water, and I'm here for it. Flop, flop, flop. Spit the water.
Hey, you do not flop with the Guns.
Actually, I would advise to flop with guns. But Zach, who you got?
I'm gonna have to say, honestly, I think my favorite of the year is just because I really like Backlash. Zelina Vega coming up, but I'm gonna give it to Toni Storm. I just love it. Again, consistency throughout. She's on tonight. She has all these things going on. I just really, really enjoy it. It's different, and the guns entrance is cool for about 3.5 seconds, and then they just walked on the ramp. But Toni Storm for me.
Toni Storm. We got one vote for Toni Storm. And Zach, you punched me in the gut there, man. I cannot believe I left Zelina Vega off this list, off the nominees.
The drape, the everything, man. It was just good.
All right. Shout out to Zelina Vega. She gets an honorary mention, maybe even an honorary win. I loved everything she did. She's been killing it since the TNA days. Glad she had to have that moment. Hope she has some bigger moments coming. I'll say my piece there. I'll throw my vote in here. I can't go against Cody Rhodes, man. I was there live for that. That entrance was amazing. Everything was building up towards a huge moment that deflated at the end, but it was still a big moment. Eric, who you got?
You might need a tiebreaker for this one because I'm torn. I have three that I'm torn with. Cody Rhodes was amazing. Yeah. That whoa was such a great feeling to be a part of. Jey Uso, I've actually been looking up his entrance a lot lately. I really enjoy watching him do that with the crowd. It's really fun. And then the last one is one you don't have here, but it is a WrestleMania entrance. Finn Balor as a demon. We got to see Finn Balor as a demon live. That was really cool. There's another one we forgot. Actually, guys, how did we forget? We got to see Shane McMahon come out live at WrestleMania. What an entrance!
I think Shane forgot about that too.
I luckily was in the bathroom.
I love Cody's, but I think I'm going to pick Finn. I think seeing the demon come out was really cool. Edge's was great too. That was a really cool entrance from Edge, but I've always wanted to see the demon. So we might need a tiebreaker.
That's true. We might need a tiebreaker. Let us know in the chats who you guys pick. Help us break the tie. Let me pull it up here. This is entrance of the year. If you're just joining us, I see Newman Co jumping in there, man. Let us know your picks. We're picking it live, Newman Co. Who was your favorite entrance of the year 2023? Mr. All Power, what's up, bro? He has Jey Uso. He's a Us. Hello, Zach, Knock, and Eric. What's up, Newman Co? Ready or not, he's jumping in here. Roman Reigns was aura at its finest. Okay, I like this one. He's throwing in a few picks. How many kids you got? He's picking Cody, or his kid's picking Cody, and he's picking Roman.
So then we've got two, including the audience. We got 2 for Tony, 2 for Cody, and just me for Finn.
Yeah, you're gonna be left on the island with that Finn vote.
And the Jey Uso.
Oh man, help us break the tie. Throw in some other votes there. Let us know what you guys want. Is there any other? Also, let me know if there's any entrances I missed. I try to put this list together to the best of my ability. I know I'm missing some Wrestle Kingdom entrances as well. I know Stardom. Actually, I know what I missed. I'm putting this on record. If you guys can check it out, anyone in chat, I'm putting it on there. Pro Wrestling Noah this past year had some of the greatest entrances. I love their camera work. It is such a good camera work. It looks like a big fight feel. If you want to watch in specific, Shinsuke Nakamura coming out at Pro Wrestling Noah to fight Great Muta.
Oh yeah,
amazing entrance. I'll put that out there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I will toss out too. I really like Dominic and Ray's entrance for their match.
Yeah. He brought out Snoop Dogg, man.
Yeah. Just to break the tie, I will go with Cody.
Okay.
All right. Cody Rhodes.
I love Tony. I love what she's doing. She truly's reinvented herself.
Yeah.
But Cody's my Cody.
Yeah, and to be honest, seeing both of them live this year, Toni Storm doesn't come off like she does live. It's just her walking down the ramp. Man, do you get goosebumps when Cody came out of WrestleMania? Holy shit!
Yeah.
That was big fight feel, man. But so
entrance second only to Shane.
Get the fuck.
To who?
So Mr. Here comes the money.
Here comes the insurance for. Anyways.
Knock's probably watching that Shane McMahon entrance right now.
Oh, that he is. All right. So let's get to the next one here. Breakout star of the year. Who does Knock have on here? We have Damian Priest, Senior Money in the Bank, Willow Nightingale, We have LA Knight, Billy Starks. We got some people that I don't know who the guy in the hood is, and I don't know who the guy in the top is. And we have Swerve Strickland.
So sorry about that there. Yeah, I had to make sure my charge was going. About to bite out of here. Shout out everyone in the chat. But yes, the breakout star of the year. And this not necessarily mean like the new person on the block, just this person who wrestled, elevated from their status they were currently at to another echelon, to another atmosphere. I seen Zach was ruling them out. Willow has a big match win over Mercedes this year. Damian Priest, Mr. Money in the Bank. LA Knight, his chant is over. He goes everywhere. He's the highest merch seller. Billy Starks, who just made event at a pay-per-view at 19. Ricky Starks. I just realized we had two Starks on here. The North remembers. Ricky Starks, who beat CM Punk in the Owen Hart Classic. He has a nice victory. Love his entrance. On top right, we have Mina Shirakawa, who is a Stardom vet. She was with Mariah May. She had a great series of matches in Stardom these past few months, capitalizing one of a long-time storytelling, a long-time story that was booked. So she can go. And, of course, Swerve Strickland, who's been killing it with the Hangman matches. Last one on the list is who I think will be the next one up in New Japan. Correct me if I'm saying his name wrong. Yoda Suji. He's next up. This dude is like menacing. He has a creepy look. I didn't want to put his smile out here because it was that creepy. Looks like a complete anime villain to me. I think he's next up to take the reins in New Japan from the Okadas of the world. So breakout star of the year. Let us know in the chat. Eric, who you got?
I'm going to eliminate Ricky and Swerve because I don't think they broke out because they got better or anything. I think just booking. I think Tony Khan finally started booking them properly, or just started booking, period. It's got to be LA Knight. The answer is LA Knight. That's it. The merch speaks for itself.
Ooh, you got a point there. Zach, how about you?
It's definitely not someone who's fresh and new this year. LA Knight, yeah.
LA Knight is a TNA wrestler.
This guy's been on the neighborhood. This guy's been in every company known to man. But LA Knight, man, he's huge. WWE officials are wanting to put him in bigger spots, not just yet at Mania, but it's got to be LA Knight. He's so over.
Oh man, yeah. I think if AEW had their stuff correct with the CM Punk stuff, that big payoff, the mainstream with Ricky and CM Punk and pay-per-view would have propelled him. Now he's kind of in limbo. I just wanted to give him that nod for the nominee. Swerve is getting there. I think a world title will get him there next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Nah, I'm picking Swerve. Swerve is there, man. LA Knight, I love him. But I've already seen this. You guys are the ones to do to the party. It's you guys. It's people like Eric that are late to the train, who missed the bus, who's walking down.
I don't want to get on that bus. That bus is filthy.
You picked a TNA superstar for breakout.
No, sir, I did not pick the WWE original LA Knight. Yeah.
Listen, Eli Drake. I'm picking Swerve.
But you know what? I also want to say, to me, I still see Swerve. To me, WWE. I thought they're both awesome. So I don't think it's him that's like improved. I think Tony Khan just wasn't using it properly.
Yeah. I think he's had I think you got to introduce him how they introduced him, and he's gradually rose up the ranks. Like, I think it's a little bit of both for me. Like, if you want to say like a Keith Lee, that's who's been mishandled. But I think Swerve's constantly gotten like tests here and there, and he's been passing them with flying colors.
Keith Lee is still weirdly happy for some reason. He still loves AEW. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. So I see LA. Oh man, two LA Knights, Newman Cole and Mr. All Power. So breakout star of the year goes to LA Knight for the West Coast Poppies.
Yeet.
All right.
Next up on the list, this is the final four most improved. There's only 4 people on this list because I think these 4 really capitalized on this. Dominic, who last year people were wondering if he should still even be on the main roster. Trick Willie, Trick James, don't want to get us demonetized. The man who won the North American title for just a few seconds, but his entrance has been amazing. His aura, his in-ring has jumped. Tiffany Stratton, former NXT Women's Champion, had some great matches with Becky Lynch. and really carried the division for a time period there. And Julia Hart, who if you would have picked someone from House of Black to surpass the booking, I don't know if she would have picked her. From cheerleader to her main eventing to her own third woman to hold the TBS championship. Who's the most improved wrestler? Who are you giving it to, Zach?
All right, I like these nominees. I like Julie Hart. I don't love her like you do, where I'm going to put her on every one of our thumbnails for some reason.
Listen. Let's wind that one back there.
I think she has a ways to go. I think she has the belt because Chris Statlander got boring to fans. We'll talk about women's matches later, but she's not there yet to me. Tiffany Stratton is there, but she's been there for a while. And I like Dom, but again, part of Judgment Day as part of everyone working together with Dom. He's awesome. He's a lot better in the ring. But I got to give it to Trick Williams. Trick Williams, he went from a sidekick to the main event, and not just in booking. Like, Mello seems like a sidekick now because Trick has been so good. So I'm picking Trick Williams.
All right, we got one vote for Trick Williams by Zach. Eric, who you got?
So I actually, while you guys were talking, I was going back to last year's Poppies because I wanted to see if Dominic was on that one for most improved. And I don't think we did because we did Breakout. I think I'm going to have to say Dom because I do agree. First of all, I love Trick. I love his entrance. Booker really elevates that entrance too. I am unfortunately biased because I don't watch NXT as regularly as you guys. But what I do, I keep up with Trick. That's how good he is. But Dominic is bringing the ratings.
He is.
And I mean, we got
Rhea.
Well, and Rhea too. But we also got a WrestleMania match, father versus son. The heel stuff like during that match with his mom and his sister. It was a great payoff, and the part of me is like, I wouldn't have hated seeing more. I still wish that we got him and Priest versus Ray and Bad Bunny, but
that would have been good too.
Yeah. So I think I am going to say Dom because I mean, especially like a year or two ago, I was saying like I was one of those guys like Dom was not ready for the main roster. Now he's there. I think he wrestled like the third or second most matches of the year.
Yeah, he's up there for matches. It's crazy because like last year we were saying like, oh, is it Dom or is it Hook? And like AW got the ball there.
Yeah.
So most improved, who we got in the chats?
That's a good one.
Trick Williams from Black Gallic, Trick Williams from Noob & Co, Trick versus Mello's feud of the year from Tsunami Bravo. Ready or Not's picking Dom. He just wrestled CM Punk and he wrestled at Mania. Good picks, good picks. And then his entrance is very cool. He had a cool entrance. I know we could have put him in the nominations as well. And Mr. All Power's picking Dom.
So I think tally it all up. Tiebreaker.
I think we need a tiebreaker. 2-2. So Ready or Not, ask your kids, man. Who else you got? But
no,
anyway, you got it.
Oh no, I was gonna ask. You went with Julia Hart, or did you?
I'm gonna go with Trick Williams. I'll break the tie there. I guess I just realized that I put Julia Hart because she's been killing these last few months, but all around, I think it's Trick Williams. In ring work, he has a very bright future. And who said it? Tsunami said it. Trick versus Mello. I think going into next year, more than this year, it'll be feud of the year.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. He really has like stepped up. Like he went from, like you said, from sidekick to main attraction. Like he's got the crowd behind him.
He does,
for
man.
Someone who doesn't watch NXT, even I can see that. So I'm proud of him.
Yeah. And I think just on a side note too, because we do cover a lot of other stuff here on the channel, people in Hollywood are writing stories should take a look at the transition from Mello and Trick to now Trick and Mello and how they do movies. Like if you watch a show like 24 or like a lot of film franchises, they try to figure out how to pass the baton to someone else younger. So they don't have to keep doing the main character. They did it so seamlessly between Mello and Trick that this is one of my favorite things of the year. So I'm very, very happy.
Right. I dig that.
Shout out to Trick Williams for winning the West Coast Poppy. Who cares about a North American Championship when you got a Poppy to vote to?
Exactly.
All right.
Next up on the list, This one was a little bit of Eric. I threw some of my stuff in there, but buzz of the year. And by buzz of the year, I mean what got the internet talking. What's it happened had the internet just buzzing, if you will. I threw Jade on here because when she jumped ship to WWE, it was a major thing. No one could stop talking about it for I feel like months at the time, and she hasn't even had a match yet. When Cody lost, we all three of us were there. That was for me one of the most deflating uh, arena or stadiums I've ever been in. To
That's
see
Yeah,
the
so
energy go
hilarious.
from
That's
top to
so
bottom.
hilarious.
So I
it
think
hurt.
and the internet was still talking about how he should have finished the story, how he didn't finish the story. The bottom two now from AEW Forbidden Door, Osprey versus Kenny Omega. People were talking so much about how dangerous these moves should it be. Like, oh, why would you do this? This is not real wrestling. There's so much talk from both the new generation, old generation, to current generation. Kenny even came out and said, "Listen, I wrestle this way. This is how I am. You don't tell Jordan stop doing, the poses, putting his tongue out." So Kenny had his words. And on the right, some of you might not be familiar with, but this is Okada beating the brakes off of Kiyomiya. This past year, New Japan just started doing a cross promotion with Pro Wrestling Noah. So during their tag team match, Kiyomiya, who was the world champion for Noah, kicked Okada in the face. And I'd never seen him look so pissed off. Like Okada was in the ring. He just came from the apron and just started kicking Okada. Finally, Okada snaps. So we see this man have a mean streak and just completely forget about the match. It looked like the Pistons brawl in the Malice in the Palace. He was just going crazy on him. It was such a cool moment. You guys watching this on the internet for months. Buzz of the year, Eric. Who are you voting for?
I hate this category because the correct answer.
Hold on. You made this category.
I know, and I hate it. I hate it because the correct answer is the thing I fucking hate the most. It's the fact that you people, no matter what he does, no matter how many times he quits, CM Punk is always the talk of the internet. Did CM Punk take a shit today? Guess what? We gotta talk about it.
He's not even nominated, man.
Exactly, and the fact that he's not is a crime, and the fact that he should be is a crime. I hate how fucking much we have to talk about CM Punk, but unfortunately, he is Buzz of the Year. All the other amazing things take a step back because guess what? CM Punk, he had a little tiffy with his boss, so he left. And now we have to wonder, is he going to wrestle for WWE? Oh, is he going to show up in TNA Wrestling? Oh, of course not, because he's not that desperate, but he's going to show up for WWE, right? Oh, wait, is he going to go to Netflix? Is he going to stay at home? I got to know.
Man. All right, so we got one vote for you made the category, man. I was spinning with the best I had.
When I originally made it, it was supposed to go to Cody. It was always supposed to go to Cody.
Oh man. Well, Cody can't even finish that story. But Zach, who you got?
There's only one. You can finish this up, Knock, and do whatever you need to do. I made one slide because there's only one answer to this, so keep going.
All right. Well, so in the
chat's already wrong. Say who you want, Knock. Everyone's gonna be wrong.
So we got 2 votes for Okada in the chat, 1 vote for Cody from Black Gallic. Eric put CM Punk. I'm gonna add to the mix. I'm throwing Okada in there, man. I loved it. Get me mean Okada.
Check the numbers, everyone. There's only one thing that just jumped off and went on to so many other affiliates. People that weren't even like clued in on who she is. We're covering Jade Cargill going to WWE. Entertainment Tonight covered this. Entertainment Tonight doesn't cover squat for wrestling. They don't even cover WrestleMania, and they covered this. Everyone from Sports Illustrated to ESPN were breaking numbers on their socials. I even do believe some of these were actually bigger than the CM Punk stuff that happened around Survivor Series.
I think you're right.
Jade Cargill is the buzziest thing of the year for me. And like you said, she hasn't even wrestled a match yet.
I'm gonna allow this. I'm gonna say Zach has overruled us on the vote. I think he made his case. The winner of the Poppy for Buzz of the Year, Jade Cargill. Keep on buzzing. He's cold-blooded. The cold-blooded award. First ever. This will be the first winner of the cold-blooded Poppy Award. This category goes to the most despicable, the most icky Vicky type person character of the year in wrestling. Now we have Christian Cage, who's trying to be everyone's father, trying to be the patriarch. He talked about smashing Nick Wayne's mother in front of him, in front of a live crowd as well. Jimmy Uso, the jealous brother, who we never thought the Usos would turn on each other. He betrayed his brother in his moment to shine at SummerSlam against Roman Reigns. Kind of fucked that story up, but cold-blooded. This one was from Zach. Chelsea Green, who's been killing it with her character work with Piper Niven. She can work with anybody. Dressing up as the Hart Foundation to taunt Natalya while they were tag team champions. And then Swerve sneaking his way into Hangman's crib, to his baby's crib, into his home, and rocking his baby to sleep. Zach, I know you wouldn't stand for that, but is that or any of these other picks the cold-blooded moment of the year?
The cold-blooded moment of the year has to be Swerve Strickland. Like, how can it not be Swerve Strickland? He exposed Hangman as to being a fucking chump. You're a bad daddy. You are a negligent daddy. And I'm going to say a negligent family all around. Where's the mom? Is the mom just, does she know that Swerve's in there? And maybe she's just hanging and is about to make some Skinamax go down? We don't know. Either way, Hangman got exposed by Swerve Strickland, who is the coldest of ice-hearted villains ever. This is the coolest, most fun thing I saw on screen, even though there's a lot of daddy issues going on with this whole category.
Man, I think it's hard to go against Swerve, but I'm going to throw my vote for Christian, who's been the most consistent heel the entire year. This man has been nothing but disgust and just even attacking Adam Copeland with some of the most. I know they're best friends, but some of the stuff he's saying to Adam Copeland, I'm like, damn. I'm gonna go Christian Cage here. But Swerve is not a bad pick. Eric, can you break the tie?
That's a tough one. I'm torn because on one hand, Christian isn't being evil. You think it's evil to adopt orphans? You think Bruce Wayne's evil? This man is over here making families, and he's taking the widowed, I forgot her first name, but Nick Wayne's mom, thank you, making her feel loved. You know how hard it is being a single mom in this world? And Christian said, I'm here for that. I'm here to fill in the shoes. I'm here to fill in the shoes in your bed. Christian's a hero. Next, but also, I want to go to what Zach was saying about the Hangman, because you know I love me the Hangman. Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2, Zach? Is John Marston always there for his son? No, because being a cowboy is tough. He's always searching for redemption. That said, I guess if I have to pick one, I'm picking Christian for consistency. I think Swerve had the best moment, but Christian is consistent.
There's consistency and then there's redundancy. This is getting a little old in the storyline where it is right now with Nick Wayne's mom. Well, you beat up my son the least. I'm going with you. Like, get the fuck out of here. What is going on?
Exactly. She said, if I bang his bully, he'll leave him alone.
Whatever.
That's right, Nubico. I am the famous guy who has the power to kidnap a dinosaur. Yes.
This is crazy, man. Cold-blooded moment of the year. I see a lot of votes for Swerve. Zach's going to take this one as well. Swerve is the cold-blooded award winner. First ever.
All right, that's what I want to hear. I just got to find my
the
slide
people
here.
One.
I'll be putting these posts out for the winners on Twitter, so keep an eye out for that. And thank you for everyone who's been participating. That is hilarious. That is truly, truly hilarious.
What a great moment. What a great moment in television. Thank you, Swerve, for this.
He breaks into a house.
Watch it multiple times.
He breaks into houses. He gets awards. I do. I get arrested.
And that's what the Florida man does. Oh, man. I got to agree with Zach's fingers. What does Zach's fingers do?
He flipped us off. That's what.
Or
he flopped us off so we don't get sent. So we don't get demonetized.
Yeah. That's gonna be our new subword. We have the next award category. The next category. Let me take this off the screen real quick for funniest laughs. We're gonna go from cold-blooded to funniest laughs. And I think no matter what, R-Truth should always be a mainstay every year on this category.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't care if he retires one day; he should still have the honorary award. Now the metaphor is on here. I think Zach's got to speak on that to convince us. I just haven't seen too much of their comedy stuff. Chelsea Green, of course, she's probably one of the best character workers in the business right now. And then Roddick Strong, finding some character, finding some life, not just breaking people's backs. I know Nigel loves this guy. Nigel Peters loves this guy more than he probably loves his wife. Roderick Strong, who broke his neck against Samoa Joe, has been killing it. Neck Strong, everybody. Neck Strong. Who's your vote, Zach?
I'm gonna say Chelsea Green. She's just so good. She's just flawless, especially when she goes on and does commentary. I'm glad Roderick Strong finally found something. He totally worked. Steve Blackman's at home, like, damn it, that's how you do it. Okay. R-Truth is always he can get anything. And Metaphor, please look into Metaphor when you watch NXT or find clips of them when they do stuff each night. These four working together is, I don't know who brought these four together. They work so well together.
That
and
boy's
Noam
called
Dar is like, I don't want to say the leader, but he doesn't act like the leader. He gives everyone like enough screen time too. So I just love how they are presented. I love all four of them together. Chelsea Green.
Okay. Eric, who you got?
We did a tournament where we announced who the funniest wrestler of all time was, and we agreed it was R-Truth. The funniest of all time is still the funniest today for me. I'm going with Truth. But props to Chelsea Green, because like she's not throwing away her shot. She's like, I gotta do something, and I dig it. Also, little side note, unfortunately, as Black Calic pulled out that Samantha Irving voice that we've gotten used to, her announcement, apparently they want her to stop doing that.
That is ridiculous.
No.
I wouldn't expect
apparently
it
she
to
was
be a Triple H
directed.
era.
That's a crime.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a crime.
I would not expect that from Triple H era. That doesn't make sense. But I mean, I seen Chelsea run with it, saying because Samantha didn't announce her like that, that's why they lost.
that's hilarious.
So I guess it's left to me. I think I like Roger Strong. I'm glad he found a character, but it's not like, I wouldn't say it's funny to me. It's not making me bust out laughing, but I get it. R-Truth, he just came back and he's been killing it on fire. But I think if you go look at the whole year, I'll give it to Chelsea Green.
That's true. That is a good point. He did just come back.
Wow.
Also, sorry, go ahead. I'm
looking at Zach announce the wrong winner. Pulling his Steve Harvey.
Sorry.
Pulling up La La Land. Chelsea Green is the winner. Nubico finds Roddy annoying. I don't blame him, man. Like it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss.
That's fair.
Shout out to Chelsea getting that gold. More gold than Matt. And for our next category on the list, we have the botch, the fumble of the year. Now there's so many. There was, I only put 4 nominations here, but there's so much that could have been here. It's incredible. So much fumbling going on, like there's no tomorrow. Keep control of that rock. Keep control of that money if you're NWA. Don't do dumb shit. So, top left, we're going to start with the Jericho Appreciation Society. I put them on here not because I disliked them as a group. I know a lot of people didn't like them, but because I disliked how they ended. It kind of just made no sense. It defeated the whole purpose of the group. So, they fumbled that entirely. Secret Invasion on the right, me and Zach reviewed every single of the 6 episodes that came out. Check it out on the channel right now if you want to see our review. It could have been a lot more. There were some bright spots, but all in all, this was a fumble. They could have done so much more with this. Fight Forever, I bought this day one and haven't played it since day one. I can't believe they fumbled this game that bad.
I forgot you bought that.
It needed, I forgot too sometimes. It needed about maybe another year of development, I think, to be where it should be. I can't even say this is better than the TNA game. I don't know, honestly. The TNA game, I think I might have put more time into. Now, and it's a shame, too, because I know like there's a lot of real gamers in the AEW roster. Now, I think this is going to be my pick. I'll put my pick out there first. NWA fumbling the bag with the CW as we announced NXT will be on CW. When you put, what was the point of putting, what was that whole thing on pay-per-view? The guy snorting crack on pay-per-view or whatever, right before you have a TV deal coming up, like, whose call is that? And then you put the belt on Tyrus, the tired old fake dinosaur.
Hey,
Go
you
back
better
to
have some
Fox
respect
News.
for the Tyrus.
Listen, he's finished. He's cooked. And you
That
put the world
man,
title on him. You know, and I want to put. I'm gonna talk my talk because you put the world title on him, and you didn't want to push a guy like Darius Lockhart, who's been killing it on the Indies with great promos and great character work, and you let the Revolution down. So NWA can piss off. Zach, who's your pick for fumble of the year?
My pick is Secret Invasion. I was so pissed off. It started so well. You have the source material right there. You have unbelievable talent in your cast, and you fumble this. This is supposed to lead into like your next 2 or 3 movies and help you get to your next 2 Avengers movies. Now I hope they never talk about this crap again. This can never be talked about like that giant Eternal or whatever the hell's sitting in the ocean. I don't care. Never talk about this again, Marvel. This was such a travesty. The only thing I can think about that was a bright spot was talking about it with you. Man, Fight Forever is a close second. Jade Cargill is getting advertised every week with this game still because it's front and center on the apron. They're still fumbling this game. Unbelievable. It's a close one for me, but Secret Invasion.
Eric, who you got?
Sorry, one sec. So correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't remember exactly how the NWA Power deal went. But my mind is that they had the deal, and I imagine WWE's like, hey, we've got a better show. Did the NWA fuck it up, or did WWE just like snatched up?
I think it was. So they pretty much had it locked in, and Billy Corgan was gloating about, WWE is always helping him. There's room for more than one company, and then he's gloating about they just signed a major deal for millions, and then they go on pay-per-view and have someone snort crack, which was a major issue. And then the belt with Tyrus, obviously, turning fans away, so you're affecting both sides. And then I think when WWE swooped in, it was like an easy call for them.
Okay.
So I don't know all the details, but that was kind of like the timeline events where they kind of fumbled that.
Huge fumble. That is the definition of a fumble. But I think that fumble is for the best because I do not think NWA survives on CW on anything bigger than the internet. I don't think
they might have had a shot because CW is kind of in limbo right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't trust. Maybe because NWA is not for me. I don't have faith in them.
I don't blame you. I don't like them either.
Fight Forever, big problems, huge problems. They got greedy. They're still getting greedy. They put characters behind the paywall for DLC, which WWE does too, but you don't do that for your first game. There's a lot wrong with this game. However, there are worse games out there, so I can't even I've been desensitized to video game fumbles. And Secret Invasion could have been a lot better. I will say that. Not the worst Marvel thing out there for me personally. Could have been a lot better. Jericho Appreciation Society, I think part of the reason I stopped watching AEW a lot is because of this group. I honestly did not find them fun. I did not enjoy Jericho. That picture is not cool. And for some reason, Sammy literally improved so much the second he was finished with Inner Circle, and then he just gets sucked back in.
Yep.
So Jazz has my vote. That was terrible.
That's a good vote. I'm going with NWA because you fumbled the whole company. You fumbled people's investment in you. People are wanting to leave. The word on the street, people are disgruntled. And it makes sense. I think they said some layoffs might be coming because, I mean, if you're expecting a certain amount of money and that's not coming now, I can see that affecting business. Hopefully not. I don't want to see no one lose their job. But I'm going to go NWA on this.
So I think we got 2 for Jazz, 2 for NWA. And that's it. Yeah. And then 1 for Secret Invasion from Zach, but I don't see anybody else.
Yeah, I don't see anyone's going for that. I mean, I seen you just said you didn't watch Secret Invasion, Black Gallic. Yeah, I don't think you're missing nothing. It depends on how involved or how much you like Marvel. It's not a terrible watch, but it didn't do nothing for everything.
They played a little too hard on the whole, man, Nick Fury, you used to be the best, but you're old. It's like, dude, okay, we get 4 episodes in, you don't gotta hammer this point home. I guess to break the tie, like I said, it is the definition of a fumble. I guess I can see NWA. I can do that.
All right, NWA fumble of the year. So we have a lot of categories here. Poppy Awards. We're gonna do it bigger and badder every single year, man. Got the graphics going for you. I appreciate everyone joining in for these awards and voting. Really appreciate you supporting us. We're gonna keep this going every year. And thank you. Hit the like button. Let people know. The next category up. This is for the pop of the year. The loudest. I already know people are gonna look at it. They're gonna focus on one person on this nomination and be like, how the fuck is she here? Listen, let me tell you, in her homeland, coming out to "We Will Rock You" and winning the belt, I think that was a huge pop. I think that was monstrous. I could be wrong. I wasn't there. Then we have Will Ospreay, another one from Wembley Arena. This was the hometown hero, the friendly neighborhood spider. This man has been killing it. When the British indie scene was dying down, he's been trying to hold it on his back for years. Just to see him get this payoff, even not being signed with the company, huge pop. And when they played the Aerial Assassin song, oh my goodness. Cody Rhodes, we nothing to be said. Huge pop. Bad Bunny, Maldito Conejo, in Puerto Rico, coming out to his own song, and that's my pop of the year. That's probably one of the greatest entries I've ever seen. I'm a huge Bad Bunny fan, and that was amazing, especially with that drone shot. That's my pick. Eric, who you got?
It's weird to say this because like each pop is very dependent on where they're at, except for Cody. I think Cody's, funny enough, might be the weakest because it's a WrestleMania in America, and like our highest is lower than international high because they get so little.
Yeah.
I think for that reason, I think Bad Bunny. Yeah, I think he had everything going right for him.
Zach, who you got?
I'm going to pick Bad Bunny because it kept going throughout the whole match. It didn't just stop at the entrance and people were waiting for the end of the thing. Just kept going. The pop kept going. The energy was there throughout the whole match. It's got to be Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I think this is a clean sweep here. It's got to be Bad Bunny, man. That for someone who's not a full-time wrestler, he just brought so much to that, man. And to finally get a pay-per-view in Puerto Rico, amazing.
Yeah. I just watched Bullet Train twice, back to back recently.
Bro, you see it? I love that.
God,
movie.
he's so good. Oh, that was my movie of the year. That was so good. But yeah, Bad Bunny kills in that movie.
Yeah, he does. He does. If you haven't seen that movie, highly recommend it, man. It's really, really good.
They're looking at doing a sequel, so we might get a franchise out of it.
I don't know if I want to see a sequel, but the first one was really, really good.
I'll take a sequel. I trust him.
All right, fine. I'll trust him, but you got to do it right. It's kind of weird to do a sequel. So Bad Bunny is our winner for the pop of the year. West Coast poppies. Next one. I know this one's going to be shock of the year. And the one that surprised us the most. We didn't see it coming. We never thought it'd be possible. I think when you guys look at this nomination list, you're already going to know my vote. And I don't want to get redundant when I say this, but I mean it when I genuinely mean this. With a tear in my eye, when I see that TNA was coming back and Bound for Glory, I felt like a kid again, man.
I understand. I felt the same way. I had tears coming down my eyes too.
I mean, you have no idea how influential, how inspiring total nonstop action wrestling is. The whole world is standing up to bring them back up. After Hulk Hogan tried to kill my dreams, after Hulk Hogan tried to bury my favorite company with that Bischoff dude who fake played the guitar for 20 minutes while AJ Styles sat in the back in some La La Land dating freaking storyline. To see TNA back, see the Impact Wrestling work they did. That's my pick for shock of the year. Other nominations is CM Punk going back to WWE, Survivor Series, even though Zach didn't see it happening. The Rock showing up on the SAG after strikes are going on, and Edge jumping ship to AEW for shock of the year. Let us know in the chat. Eric, who you got?
Edge wasn't really a shock because I feel like we kind of predicted it. The Rock, I'm not gonna count it because like it was literally like, oh man, I lost my day job. What am I gonna do? Like, I would have been more shocked if he stayed after. Yeah. But CM Punk, my final decision was like he's not gonna come back. So I was like shocked. when you guys hit me the message and he was trending, I was like, fuck. But yeah, he's back. But I guess by definition, if you ask me what's gonna happen this year, I'm not gonna say TNA Wrestling's coming back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hard to kill.
Because I wake up every day dreaming for its demise, I am shocked that people still watch it and it's back. It gets my vote.
Zach, who you got?
I'm gonna say CM Punk. Triple H got me putting on the little go home graphic. He got me. I was texting you. I was doing victory laps, and then Cult of Personality hit. And, oh yeah. TNA might have if they didn't put on this Schneider cut of a fucking promo video about them unleashing the name TNA from like this campfire. Are you afraid of the dark intro? Like whatever. It's cool. I'll be excited for when they switch over, but. The Rock was kind of a cool thing, and we all knew Edge was going. So,
yeah.
You know what? You changed my mind. Give it to CM Punk. I'm not giving no poppy to TNA. Give it to CM Punk.
Unbelievable, man. I mean, I thought TNA had one in the back. I mean, this is a special time, and AEW has to watch out now. They might be in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Shock of the year. Go to CM Punk.
All right.
Once again, I would like to appreciate everyone who's been sticking with us for this Poppy Awards nominations. I think we're getting close to the end here. I think this is our last 4 categories, I believe, right, Zach?
Yeah, we have men's match of the year, women's match of the year, men's and women's wrestler of the year, and then a special floppy award presented by Eric.
Yeah. So keep sticking with us. You got it.
And we gotta get that Knox gotta sing that song we do at every award show where we remember the lost and all that.
I don't know where he's coming from with this.
He's gotta drop them pipes now that we know he can sing.
I wouldn't go that far. Men's match of the year. Now, again, there's been like thousands of matches across thousands of promotions. But this is what I narrowed it down to for our nominees. You're going to see a lot of repeats on here because some people have just been having outstanding matches. Forbidden Door, Danielson versus Okada, the dream match. Never thought we would see it. Danielson ended up breaking his arm, I believe it here, but it was such a special match. Great story. Danielson got the victory. Definitely check it out. And on the same freaking card, we had Omega versus Ospreay. After they've been shit talking each other for so much, I've been seeing Ospreay like really selling into this story that he does not like Omega for years now. To finally get this payoff, bruv, it was amazing. Nothing short of greatness. And Ospreay got his win back against Omega from Wrestle Kingdom that previous year to get his belt. I put Cody and Roman on here because it was a big major match. Let us know if you have any votes for that. Some people hated it, but it was probably the biggest match of the year. If you want to talk about Spartar's Mania and the build. Swerve versus Hangman, a star-making performance me and Zach got to watch. Stole the show completely. Could have main evented. Now, this one on here was a Zach nomination. It was Chad Gable versus Gunther, part 3 from Monday Night Raw for the IC belt. Very good storytelling. Chad Gable is very underrated. I nominated this match because this is an underrated match from All In. People might hate it, but CM Punk versus Samoa Joe was amazing. It was a banger. They killed it. It turned out to be CM Punk's final match in AEW in front of 80,000 people. Some people don't even know he wrestled, but it was a great match from those two, and it turned out after what we seen here, we had a fight before the match. Now, Ospreay versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Me and Zach saw Speedball Mike Bailey a few weeks ago at Pro Wrestling Revolver. This, too, was a dream match. The martial arts style clashing with Ospreay's aerial assassin style. Definitely check it out. The tag team dream match remained night 1. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Usos. And, of course, the literal dream match at Wrestle Dream, Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Danielson. Zach, I'm going to throw it to you, man. Who you got?
I think I'm going to give it to Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door. It just felt like two big main event people fighting each other. I don't get that feeling in AEW too much because I don't think they build stars up as much as they should. It felt like that in AEW. It felt like these two had heat. It felt like all this other stuff. All these matches are great, but this was the two. It just felt like two of the biggest in the world fighting. It was a damn good match, too.
It was. It was. This was their second, pretty much 5-star match of that year together. I thought this was the better match at Forbidden Door. Um, Sheesh, what can I tell you? This kick started a historic run for Will Ospreay in the matches he's had and the people he's defeated, starting with that Omega match. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one as well. Eric, who you got?
I'm going one that's actually not nominated. I'm going for Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre at Mania.
Ooh,
That was I just love Gunther
another match
matches
you
so
watched.
much. Yeah.
Eric, I'm sorry, I took that one off. I took it off and replaced it with Gunther and Gable. But
That is-
I'm sorry about that.
That's a fair nomination. I mean, I know WWE actually they just finished their year-end fan votes and Cody and Roman won, which I wonder if that's fixed because I don't know if that many people love that match that much.
I don't know what
But and funny enough, Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew lost round one. But that match for me was great. That was a true hard-hitting match, no gimmicks, just straight up fighting.
That was a good match. That was a very good match. Good ending and really set Gunther up to break the record. But for me, I'm going again Kenny Omega Ospreay. I just can't, man. Those are my two favorite all time. Let me see in the chat real quick. Mr. All Power, Cody versus Roman had the wrong winner. I agree, man, and so did a lot of people. But WWE seems to think otherwise. Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega from Black Gallic. I think we have our winner. And let's know also, again, I know this is not all the matches that happened. This is the matches you guys loved from this past year. I don't know if Eric had any more, but it was a great year for wrestling, a really great year.
Yeah. Nice year.
Oops.
Get that impact off my screen.
Sir.
Mr. All Power, Sammy and KO was a great match, and it probably had the best ending, best result out of any match at Mania.
Yeah, I mean that one or the one coming up next for the women's WrestleMania or women's all-time matches for 2023, as Zach pulls that up very, very soon. Yes, my boy Ospreay can get that victory. Let us know in the chat, man. I will be posting all the winners out on Twitter and on Instagram. So let us just be a part of it and keep hitting that like button.
Okay. You can go ahead and talk. I just got to figure out which slide is this. I'm probably going to pull the wrong one up, so just bear with me, folks.
I believe in Zach and his abilities. Eric, you got anything you want to promote? Anything you want to talk about when we have this quick little intermission between categories?
Yeah, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. It ain't costing you nothing, you freeloaders.
Man, it ain't gonna cost you nothing, but we do appreciate all the support. That goes a long way. We'll keep busting out these videos for you guys, and we got so much more for you coming, man. It's gonna be a big year for West Coast POPcast in this community, so keep sticking with your boys. Women's match of the year. There's gonna be some on here that you guys might not be familiar with, but I threw it on here because these were some all-time great classics. But of course, you guys see some repeat offenders, if you will. Athena, the Minion Overlord, in her Ring of Honor Ultimate Reign, her versus Billia Starks at the last event. This build for this match is so good. I forgot they fought on pay-per-view at Forbidden Door. I forgot that even happened. This was so good that they built this up and made it feel fresh. Mercedes versus Kyrie at Battle of the Valley, where Mercedes got the victory for the IWGP Women's Championship. Then we have Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Willow Nightingale Part 3 versus Athena. The trilogy, if you will, at Death Before Dishonor. Then, of course, have you guys seen this again in Stardom? Mercedes versus Azumi and Hazuki. Fast, high-speed match. Really cool. Backlash. Io versus Bianca. Io is probably the most over person besides Bad Buddy there. Trinity versus Deonna Purrazzo at Slammiversary. Impact representation stand-up, Eric. And, hey, I know the show has gone downhill, but Rampage has some heat still. Jamie Hayter versus Emi Sakura was one of the best women's matches on AWTV last year, bar none. Or this year.
It was one of the only women's matches on AWTV.
and they hit that out the park. And, of course, we have Julia versus Tom Nakano. This might be the best women's match on this entire nominees of last year. Just very, very good, man. These two are at the top of their game. Let us know in the chat who your picks are. Eric, I'm going to throw it to you, man.
Third annual Poppies, and this is the third time in a row I have said this. I need to watch more Stardom and more women's matches. 3 years, and I still haven't done it. I will be honest, I don't remember Charlotte versus Rhea. I know I watched it. I don't remember it. I don't remember being...
They stole WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure for me, that was the best. We didn't get to watch it. We weren't there for night one. That was the best Mania match, and they had a point to prove because they were supposed to be in the main event, but the tag team dream match main evented, and they stole the show.
But we didn't stream that, right? We didn't do a day
No,
one.
No, we didn't. I caught it later, but that match was amazing.
I'm pretty
Zach,
sure.
I don't know if you remember watching it.
It's weird. I don't know why I don't remember it. I am going to have to pick the first match that came to my mind, my thought of match of the year. Charlotte versus Bianca versus who was it? Who was the third person? It was when Io cashed in.
Was it Asuka?
Yes. It's my match of the year, and I can't remember who was in it. But I loved that match. I loved the fake out that I thought Bianca was injured, and then Asuka cashing. Yeah. I mean, Io cashing in at the end was a nice little thing. So that's my favorite women's match of the year.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of good women's matches. Can't go wrong here. We got one vote for Athena versus Billy. I see Mr. All Power in there. Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley is on his top of the card as well. Zach, can you break the tie?
I just want to say, but Jamie Hayter versus Emi Sakura, that was a really good match, and we streamed that one. I feel like that's on people's list because AEW doesn't give women enough time to put on matches that they can put on. That's why that match is on here, and that's why it's noticed. It's a great match, but if Tony Khan gave women more time on his programs, we'd have more matches from Rampage, from Collision, and from Dynamite on here because the men sure do get the time, but that's why that's not going to be one of my picks, even though I haven't seen like half of these matches. I got to say Rhea and Charlotte. It's just like they went out with the purpose, like you said, to prove that they should have been the main event. And to me, that is probably the best of both nights of WrestleMania right there.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there. For me, like for quality, for like did not miss the whole match, Julia, Tom Nakano, Charlotte versus Rhea, that's up there. I think obviously being at Mania, the Charlotte versus Rhea match is bigger, higher stakes, and it set Rhea up for the entire year, even though she didn't have a lot of matches after that. But character work, she was amazing. This was this is her moment right here. So I'm gonna give it to Charlotte and Rhea as well.
I'll give Charlotte props. She continued the tradition of me thinking I don't want to see Charlotte go into Mania as champion, but then I'm like, oh, right, this is why you are going into Mania as champion. You're that good.
And I hope she has a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Is that the winner? We picking Charlotte, even though a lot of these were really fucking good.
They were. Yeah. I think Charlotte and Rhea got it.
Yeah.
But shout out to Athena, man.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get to Athena. All right.
We're getting to the final few awards. Let us know in the chat again. Male Wrestler of the Year. This is the big one. Who was the best men's wrestler last year? These were the nominees. Let us know if you have any other nominees that are not featured right here. But I had Swerve Strickland. Character work. He's over with the crowd, and he has the matches to back it up. He's doing some media now for the company, and he's killing it. We have Gunther, who broke the record, took it from some jabroni, from some wannabe Elvis Presley. Gunther, the new IC champion, longest reigning IC champion. Danielson, of course, his matches this year have been incredible. Okada, Ricky Starks, MJF. The list goes on and on. He's been killing in the Continental Classic as well.
Cody Not Rhodes to mention the fines go on and on now too.
And he's playing into it. He's on Twitter saying he's going to fine some people. Cody Rhodes, who just he beat Brock Lesnar twice this year. He lost to Roman. That was his only loss, I believe, this year. Tag team champion. He's been killing it. We had Will Ospreay, who I don't think anyone's beaten Omega, Jericho, Okada, all these great wrestlers back to back to back. He's been in TNA, all over the Indies, AEW, all these different promotions. I think he's had the best match for all those promotions, and he's just been on fire. Rollins is world champion. He's been killing it. He brought a lot of prestige to the belt. Kenny Omega, this man is so banged up. I would love to get 100% Kenny Omega again, but even at 50%, he's still putting on bangers. And of course, the world champion for AEW, MJF, who had great matches with Adam Cole, Danielson. The list goes on and on. Who is your pick, Zach, for male wrestler of the year?
I'm kind of torn right now.
It's a stacked list. It's a stacked year.
You can come back to me. I know a few of these I'm not going to pick, but
okay. Let us know in the chat who you got, and I'm gonna throw it to Eric.
Knock. You're gonna ask me who I think male wrestler of the fucking year is? You see his picture right there. You see the neck tattoo. You see the blonde hair. You see the smoking gun. This man has wrestled more matches than anyone else in WWE. This man put Dominic on his back, the most improved wrestler of the year, in my opinion, and said, I'm going to take you further, kid. This man walked up to Brock Lesnar and said, hey, kid, this is how we're going to work this match. And Brock said, yes, Daddy. Cody effing Rhodes, the man who made me believe in America again at WrestleMania, the man who Homelander cosplays as, this man, and I want to emphasize, man, is the wrestler of the year.
Man, I'm not going to sit here and let Eric go off on Cody. I like Cody, great guy. But the only correct answer is Will Ospreay. Everyone else is so good and they're so close. But Ospreay is the one who stood above everyone. He's a visitor. He walked into people's promotions and said, nah, I'm the best wrestler here. I'm going to have your best match at your promotion. And I'm going to walk out and go somewhere else and have the best match. He's been going on a journey this entire year. He's been so good. AEW, best match. TNA Impact, best match. If he went to WWE, he'd have a match with Seth Rollins. It'd be his best match ever. This dude is on fire right now. And when he walks back in AEW, he will be the world champion next year. I'm telling you that.
You gonna talk about how he copied the Cody cover?
I want to talk about how Cody copied his shit. That doesn't get talked about. I hope he got approval from the Billy Goat. I hope he got his approval. But I'm going Will Ospreay. It's hard to go wrong with any of these guys. But that's my pick. Zach, are you ready?
I'm ready. I was gonna pick Ospreay, and then you changed my mind, Knock.
What?
Oh yes. Is adrenaline in your soul, Zach? Is every thought out of control? Do it all for them, Zach. Whoa! Like your father said, Zach, when you were younger. Hard times, they breed better men.
Bard.
Eric, you know I want Cody to win the title at Mania so we can add to your Black Champions list, but it's not Cody.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Thanks. It's Seth Rollins because, Knock, you said Will Ospreay's a visitor. He can kind of like pick how much he wants to wrestle. He can do his promos like this. He doesn't need to be in front of a live crowd to do a lot of his promos. God, Ospreay's so good. Like he was my pick, but then you just mentioned that. It's like Seth Rollins. He had to like grind and grind and grind, house shows, all this other crap. He has to do all these other things with WWE. He's done promotions, and he made a belt that we all kind of scoffed at as the Roman 2.0 belt, and he made that the belt. Like Roman has the kids belt that he got from Kmart. Like this is like the belt. Like Seth really made this year work for him. He's busted ass. He's done a shit ton of matches, and he puts on matches too. They're not just squash matches or going against some jobber or someone from catering who just needs to be on TV for the week. He puts on 10 to 15 matches on television, does house shows, and does all this stuff. He, to me, is a huge world champion. He made that shit work this year. So it's Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let that one. I'm not gonna push that. It's the answer is Will Ospreay. Okay, he put the entire British indie scene on his back. Okay, remember that. Like the fact that we're not going to penalize him for being a visitor, for caring about these indie promotions, caring about the other promotions, and just wrestling his ass off. That means wherever he goes, wherever he shows up, he might even know some people. I think the first time he wrestled Jericho, that was the first time they even touched. And they had that. He gave Jericho a great match. Come on now. Can Seth really work guys like that? And I'm not saying he can't, but like, I don't know how I could give it to somebody else, man.
You know what? That is a great stance to take. But I just remembered that when I vote, I don't vote alone, as Tsunami has pointed out. So just us members, for the first time in this episode, let's flop united together. Flop with me, my children, and vote for Cody effing Rhodes. Vote for the man who went from undesirable to ungoddamn deniable.
Insane.
Don't vote for some British twat. Hey, that's a flop in the chat. That's a vote for Cody. Flop with your boy if you want Cody Rhodes. Flop with your boy if you want Cody Rhodes.
We might have to table this because there's no way I'm letting you guys pick anyone other than Will Ospreay.
Well, Knock, you kind of win because you only made this one slide for it. So Will Ospreay.
Yes, sir. Ospreay is the male wrestler of the year. But obviously, you know, it is all very, very subjective. You guys, if you have any other picks, let us know. Zach made a great case. Eric made a great case. I think I made a great case as well. So let us know who your picks are. But the official poppy goes to the man from England.
As long as it's
okay. You know why he gets the poppy? You know why he gets the poppy? Look at that picture, man. He's about to pop some eyes out. I mean, can we think about baseball for a second? We're in front of a live crowd.
Oh, God.
Everybody in the chat, we know who won. We know where the flops went.
So I think, you know, we're going to instill something going forward because Zach got his overrule and I got my overrule. Eric, you got one left if you feel, but maybe we'll save it for next year.
Oh, you know what? Actually, before we go into you know what? I'm going to use mine right now.
No, you can't use it on the one I just used it on. That's
no. Don't worry. I'm not using it on that. I'm not using it on that. I actually, impromptu, I got a new category. Biggest mistake in pro wrestling. And I'm using mine to nominate Impact TNA Wrestling. And TNA Wrestling wins. Make a slide for that. TNA Wrestling, biggest mistake in wrestling.
I think my editing software stopped working. Man. We're to the last category of the year. Poppies has been a very good success here. Let us know. I really appreciate everyone sticking with us, man. Really appreciate you guys staying in there. But female wrestler of the year, here are the nominees. We have Timeless Toni Storm, Watch for the Shoe, some other things I won't repeat. It's just not for me, but she's been killing it with the character work. Io freaking Sky. Io Shirai, who just she's just moonsault genius in the sky. She's been carrying the division. Great wrestler. She's really come a long way from the Mae Young, from NXT, even in Stardom. She's just on fire right now. Trinity betting on herself, going to Impact Wrestling, becoming champion, knocking off Deonna Purrazzo, who was the mainstay. Bianca Belair is always nominated every year on this list because she's just that damn good. Killing it. Big Mania win last year against Asuka. Took some time off this year, but still has the resume, still has the aura, the big fight feel when she walks and she comes into this arena we call WWE. Rhea Ripley, who now entered that same atmosphere, killer match against Charlotte. Her best character work she's done in her career. I put Hikaru Shida on here because she's also had some crazy matches in AEW. She's the first and only three-time AEW, or no, Toni Storm's two-time women's champion too, but Hikaru Shida was the first. And she's been killing it as well, carrying the division, carrying some people who, I'm not going to go there, but she's been having some great matches. Julia, if you guys want to combine star power, aura, the importance of like a Bianca to the company, all that's what Julia is for Stardom. She is the poster for Stardom right now. I'll say this equivalent. There's a girl named Mayu Iwatani. She's pretty much like Hiroshi Tanahashi for NJPW. She's the ace. Julia, that's the Okada, the Rainmaker. That's the one who brings the butts in the seats, brings the money. She is a beast, and she goes hard in the paint. And, of course, Miss ROH herself, the one who put it on her back. She is Atlas. She is Athena. Those are the nominees for Wrestler of the Year for female Wrestler of the Year. Let us know in the chat who you pick, and I'll throw it to you, Zach. Who you got?
This is so tough. I want to pick Rhea Ripley, just because she's just like on this huge stage and she's made it her own.
Do it.
But talk about one evil leader. It's got to be the minion leader, Athena. She's carried ROH. You had a champion just say, I don't want this belt anymore. I don't really want to be part of this company anymore. On your TV. That's Samoa Joe.
that
He
was
just
crazy.
gave up his title. Let me just tell you something. We know it's storyline, everything like that. But in wrestling, perception is a huge percentage of what we play into here. And now ROH just doesn't look as awesome because of stuff like that. But ROH is Athena's show, and she's made that a huge deal to watch her matches. The rest of ROH, I really don't care about, but Athena's matches I do. And for her to make a company that I don't want to pay attention to at all throughout this year, she made me pay attention to it. So Athena's my pick.
I agree, man. She's going to be my pick as well. I love everyone on this list, man. Everyone's had a great year. But Athena really is the most valuable player. You take her off ROH, I don't want to watch it. She's the most integral part of that. I know it's part of AEW, but that company, that program, and she literally wrestled Ronda Rousey on the Indies and in Ring of Honor. And she's had brought the best match of Kiera Hogan, the Willow Nightingale match, the Billy Starks program. There's so many people she's wrestled, and I feel like Tony could be doing even more for her to get her in a big spotlight, get her some more big matches. I know he wants to keep her in Ring of Honor to keep the people paying for that. But at some point, I think we need a crossover. That's why I think they brought the Ring of Honor TV women's title. So now we can have that person be the mainstay and have Athena float between shows. She's earned it. She deserved it. She's the Women's Wrestler of the Year. And I want to nominate her for the Poppy because I've seen on these other lists that she's not even top 10 on some of these lists. She's getting like super disrespected. So I'm thinking she's my pick. Eric, who you got?
Oh, I'm picking Big Goth Mommy Muscle Mommy. Yeah, this is Resident Evil Village all over again because I'm hooked on that bigness. Yeah,
Buddy, not gonna like that.
Hey, if Dom can get away with it. Rhea has been amazing all year. I am sure that if I watch nothing against Athena, I don't watch NXT. I'm not going to watch AEW's NXT, unfortunately. So it is what it is.
I see your vote there, man. Let me see what the chat's saying because I'm not gonna let this slide. Just like Will Ospreay, I'm putting Athena in there, man.
Oh no, she won. Everybody's voting Athena.
All right, everybody vote Athena.
Well, we got a tie between Athena and Rhea.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, look, you both voted for Rhea, so that's 3-2. I mean, sorry, you both voted for Athena.
I'm just counting.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Athena takes it. Athena takes it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's yeah.
All right, you guys did it right, man. You guys held it bold. So that's been all of our wrestling poppies this year. Thank you for keeping up with it. Thank you for joining in. I think there's one more left. I gotta throw it to Eric, man. You can take it away.
Yeah. Also, just for the record, everyone who voted for Athena, you're not allowed to call her mommy no more. Next up, this award, it was inspired by all y'all because this is something that should not work. Floppy and getting and all of that should not work. I don't know how we made it this far, but let's talk about something in wrestling that doesn't make sense and just happens to work. This is the Floppy Award. I went on Reddit to find something that I thought would fit here, and I only have 2 nominations. So if you guys have something else that works, I am open to whatever. First nomination: Adam Cole and MJF as a tag team. I don't know. I did not see that coming. I did not see it lasting as long as it has. I thought it was going to break apart like 2 weeks after. But the merch is working. People are hooked on it. It's one of the reasons MJF is so believable as a face because he just worked with Adam Cole. That's my first nomination. Second nomination: something that logically should not work, but it happens in every single match. and you don't question it. You don't think about it. You accept it every single match. Knock, what is the most used move in pro wrestling?
The most devastating finisher in the world, the roll-up.
No.
Oh,
More
okay.
crazy than that. Zach, do you have any guesses?
The Canadian Destroyer.
No. Crazier than that.
The dive outside.
Crazier than that. The Irish whip.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Explain to me, if I take your arm and I give you a little shove, what is compelling you to keep moving until I stop you? What is it that makes you run into my arms like a child seeing their father, like a puppy seeing a soldier come back from war? This is a move that should not work, and yet it does. And it gets my vote for the floppy. It's something that does not make sense. If you guys think of anything else that does not make sense but works in pro wrestling, please let me know.
Ooh.
I can't watch Irish Whip now ever again. I never even thought about that.
Just grab that arm. You do it the right way. It's like when you're learning karate. I'm like, no, you have to do it just this right way, or else it won't work.
Yeah, I think maybe. I don't think anything tops that, man. I think you're good. I'm trying to think of maybe the whole ref thing. You know, to have the ref turning their eyes when you try to cheat or something.
I mean, that I could win next year. That is a very damn good point. Or why they're made out of paper.
I think flop of the year. I think you got that one locked in, man.
Irish Whip gets it. Things that don't make sense. But again, this award came about because you in the chat, you guys flopping along with me every single week. I love it. Get some t-shirts. We'll flop together. We'll flop in the streets. We'll flop on the beaches. We'll flop anywhere, everywhere.
Oh man, you got Zach going.
I can't believe you got the flop over. And there's a fucking okay.
Show me how you flop.
This is incredible.
You would make millions as a 90s rapper. Oh my god.
Flop, flop, baby. Boom, 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 boom.
Ooh, let the flops out.
Her rascal flop. And then it drops. But with that, I do have to start wrapping up. I'm already so late for something.
Oh man, thank you, Eric, for sticking with us, man. Really appreciate it. This has been the West Coast Poppies 3rd annual. Zach, any final words?
Nope.
And then Eric, any final words? Man, you're flop-tastic.
Oh man, just hurry up and flop on that subscribe button.
Flop on the subscribe button, man. We'll be back next year for the next episode of the Poppies. We'll be back next year for the next episode of West Coast POPCast. Stick with us, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This has been your boys. Peace out, y'all. Oh yeah, I gotta end it. Once again, this has been your boys. Peace out, y'all. See you next year.
Stay wet.